The first card says manipulation. Not all offers come freely. Some carry invisible strings that pull you in directions you didn't choose. That's manipulation. The second one is the losing battle. You can't always change the outcome, no matter how hard you fight. There is strength in recognizing when to let go. And then we have reconciliation. Time, space, and disagreements may have caused distance, but reconciliation is an invitation to meet again. Okay? Reconciliation is an invitation to meet again, not as who you were, but as you have, but as who you have become. And remember, I just said a few minutes ago, a lot of people ask me questions about reconciliation. Should we reconcile? Should we reconcile? And whenever I say yes, they automatically think that means, oh, we're supposed to be together. And I tell them reconciliation means fixing shit. Don't go back into the relationship as who you were. Go in there into the newer version of you, the updated version of you. And then you see if the relationship is worth bringing back together or putting back together. It doesn't make sense for you to go out here in the world and fix yourself to come back to the same dummy that you were with before. If they didn't appreciate you at your worst, they for damn sure ain't going to appreciate you at your best. So reconciliation, where it says reconciliation is an invitation to meet again. So if you had this feeling in your stomach about this person and y'all decide y'all don't want to be together for whatever your personal reasons are, or for whatever their personal reasons are. And then when it comes to, okay, we're talking again on the phone, we're texting each other again on the phone. I'm telling them this is what I have done to fix myself. They're telling me what they haven't done anything because nothing is wrong with them. Then you end up in a losing battle if you keep going back and forth. There are no rules that say we have to keep going back to the same person. And a lot of people think that reconciliation is really for boyfriends and girlfriends or wives and husbands. This is for anybody that you have loved, anyone that you have liked, anyone that you have a past with, that you have memories for, or memories with, You can't always change the outcome. We are just people. The title is what makes you think that you were actually connected to this person. This is my mother. This is how she has always been. That's a losing battle. If you get no contact with your parents and you are an adult and you come back and you say, hey, Mom, I know we stopped talking because of A, B, and C. This is what I have done. And this is what I would like for you to do as my mother. And your mother says, I'm the adult. I'm a grown woman. I don't have to change anything. That's a losing battle. There is strength in recognizing when to let go. Release what is beyond your control and conserve your energy for what truly matters. There are people out here who are parents. They have children of their own. And if our parents don't teach us how to be a good person, they will teach us what not to do so that we don't become an even worse person. All right? Manipulation. Not all offers come freely. Some carry invisible strings that pull you in directions you didn't choose. As an adult, we are granted permission to make our own decisions, to stand by those decisions, and to hold ourselves accountable for what we choose to do. Be mindful of hidden motives and unspoken conditions before you accept. You have parents out here who will say, look, as long as you're living under my roof, you follow my rules. That is an ultimatum. Some people still stick around and say, I know my parents got some strict rules, but hey, at least I got somewhere to stay. But at what point are you going to be the adult, go out here, get a job, or get you a roommate or something, somewhere you can afford so that you can have your own rules, so you can have your own freedom? Sometimes the rules that our parents set for us in our adult life under their roof, some of those rules they set are to keep us down. They will say things to keep us broke. They will say things to keep us single. They will say things that will keep us under their roof just so they can manipulate us, just so they can control us. I'm telling you, this is not just a situation amongst romantic relationships. This happens all the time. Reconciliation. I want y'all to pay attention to this, because I know there's somebody in here or somebody who was gonna come in here and ask, are we going to reconcile? Are me and my husband going to reconcile? And reconciliation is an invitation to meet again. Reconciliation does not mean you're going to be together. It's okay to say, yeah, I want to meet up with you for dinner, and y'all talk, but you have to pay attention. You can't go in there saying, no matter what happens, we're going to be together, because we've been together for 6 years. I don't want nobody else to have that person. I don't want anyone else to get treated as good as I did from that person. I don't care what the tarot card lady said. This is my person, and I'm going to stick beside him. That is not what reconciliation means. Y'all get that mixed up. And that's why you go from my life to somebody else's life to somebody else's life, asking if you should reconcile. And maybe we say yes, maybe we say no. But your definition of reconciliation and the real definition of reconciliation, if you don't figure out the difference, you're going to be in trouble. You are going to be in a world of trouble, dum-dum. What movie did that come from? I think it was Tropic Thunder. If y'all like to watch a lot of movies on Tropic Thunder, that's what the guy tells him. You're going to be in a world of trouble, dum-dum. Yes. If you don't know the definition of the words that you are using whenever you ask these questions in these tarot card readings, we will answer the question that you're asking, and you will go home with a totally different understanding of what we just said, but we told you what you were asking for. Okay? That's why I tell y'all, these free yes or no questions, I don't knock them. I do not knock them. Now, there are some people who come and ask a question because they know what the next steps are. They need a yes or no so they can move forward with whatever they had in mind. But there are other people who come here, they don't have a plan. They don't have a rough draft. They don't know what they're going to say when they get off here. They're just asking questions. My boyfriend cheated. Should I get back with him? The cards say no. And the cards might be saying no because they're going to cheat again. Or the cards could be saying no because they have an STD. And you keep having unprotected sex with them because you in love. The cards are saying no, don't get back with that cheating person, because you about to catch something. Don't go back to that cheating person, because this time they will stop cheating, but they're going to move into your house and they're going to expect to live rent free. There are people who manipulate you into thinking, okay, I fixed that problem, but baby, I got a bigger problem for you. And that's where the cycle comes from. That's where the losing battle comes from, where it says you can't always change the outcome. You can't. Not if you keep running back to the same situation. You absolutely cannot. Every time someone gets cheated on for the first time, that's not always a good reason to leave. Some people cheat because they don't trust anybody. Not because they don't want you to trust them. They don't trust anybody. And we meet people at different points in their lives. So I will never say, oh, he cheated, girl, leave him alone. No, because you could be dealing with somebody who has already tried to be a good person. With the last 3 people they were with, they tried to be a good person. Sorry, was that from me? Someone called me. This reading is a collective. If you're asking about the reading, it's a collective. But you might meet somebody who has been in 3 relationships where they have tried their best to be faithful. They have bought gifts. They have taken people out. They have built them up. They have helped them get an LLC. They have helped them have a relationship with their kids. They've done everything for them, taken them on trips, said hello to their mama. They cook, they clean, they do all these things for you. And then that person cheats on them. And they're like, you know what? God dang. I'm going to try it again. They do it with the next person. Some people give gifts because they are a giving person. Everybody is not looking for something in return. It's just in their nature to be a good person. What I say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. If you are in two relationships where you are trying to be good and you get cheated on both times, or somebody uses you, you go to the third relationship, same thing happens. I'm going to tell you, sometimes we run into people when they are going through something and they cheat on you, not because they don't like you, not because they don't trust you, but because they're trying to get back at the person who hurt them before. So the cards are not always going to say, yes, they cheated on you, leave them alone. Sometimes the cards are going to say, yes, they cheated on you, but stick it through. Show them who you are. Show them that you are not there to hurt them. Now, all of us are not here to build people up. So the cards may tell you, yeah, leave them, because it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work to get that person back on track. But that's where the cards come in, where it says manipulation. Not all offers come freely. Some people can fall in love with broken people. Because you have to think, hurt people. That's what they say. But also, hurt people help people. Hurt people heal people. It just depends on when you meet them. Okay? So that's something that I wanted to put in there too. Sometimes you do, but you got to build yourself up to help them too. That's absolutely true, because you cannot give from an empty glass. You cannot give from a glass that is emptying in real time. You can't give all of you to somebody else. And that's why I said you might not be the person to build them up. You meet them at a time where they've been hurt over and over and over, and they meet you at a time where you keep giving and giving and giving. Everybody you meet is hurt. Everybody you meet is going through something. And you feel like you're the person who's supposed to build them up. That's not the way life is supposed to be. And sometimes you need to take the time to fill your cup and build yourself up. It's either a blessing or a lesson. Absolutely true. And if you don't figure out what the lesson is, it's going to be a repeating pattern until you learn, until you pay attention to everything that's happening repetitively. So I'm going to tell you something. People who act a certain way, a lot of them have a look. So you have to pay attention to your list of, this is my ideal person. This is my type of person. Because if your type of person, whether it is the green eyes, I like people with green eyes. But every time you get hurt, it's by somebody with green eyes. They don't have the same skin complexion. They don't have the same hairstyle. They don't have the same mouth. They don't have the same teeth, the same clothes, the same car. It's them green eyes that's going to get you in trouble every time. That's what it is. You have to pour into yourself as well. I'm glad you said that, Alicia. I'm glad you said that. Let me get another card for y'all. And pull from this deck. And we have this one, a safe space, emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude. And this is what you was talking about. It's either a blessing or a lesson. And then Yurt says sometimes you do, but you got to build yourself up. Build yourself up, safe space, emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude, protected vulnerability. Here I am, safe. Do y'all have a quiet place to go to? Whether it's your bedroom or your living room. Somewhere open too. I know some people have prayer closets. Some people have a corner in the house that they go to. But I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes tight spaces, you don't, Yurt, because the phone still exists. There you go. Yep. I live by myself. My family, a lot of my family, 99% of my family has no idea where I live. They don't know my address. They don't know any of that. So my whole apartment is my safe haven. I have a 2-bedroom apartment. My son is going to college. He starts he moves in August the 12th. I've already rearranged his bedroom. I can go in there. I can go right here where I read my tarot cards. I can go in the living room, the kitchen, the hallway, my big ass bedroom, my bathroom. I don't have to be cramped up in a corner to feel safe or to feel protected or to feel shut off from everybody else. Comfortable solitude. Well, I used to tell people my social battery is running low. I know that's right, girl. Keep yourself with you. Thank you. Thank you. If I want to see people, I go to them. You cannot come over here. The way we're sitting here talking about how many hurt people are on the other side of my front door, baby, you can't bring that in here. I'm not going to be saging my house every single day because somebody else's energy is in here. Right, protecting your energy. I'm not about to be praying away all this negativity to somebody. This is my safe space. If you got a problem, we can meet outside in the open. Well, I can come over to your house and we can talk in the parking lot, but I don't want that on me. I don't. That's why I said earlier, everybody is not meant to heal other people. Everybody is not meant to lift other people up. My cup is not running over emotionally. My cup is filling up because I got stuff I got to deal with. Let me tell y'all something. My son's freshman orientation, that's what it's called. My son's freshman orientation for college was this past Monday and Tuesday. And let me tell you, it drained me because whenever they separated the students from the parents and he went off with his group, you could hear the parents in there sniffling like we were about to be just bleh, But when I got to my hotel room, because the students stayed on campus, when I got to my hotel room, I cried and I cried and I cried. I cried my mascara off. I was just snotting everything. So right now I'm in a season where I'm trying to fill my cup back up emotionally so I can be strong for my son when he goes to college and be strong for myself too. Everything that everybody goes through has nothing to do with a boyfriend or girlfriend or none of that shit. Sometimes we're trying to be strong because we got something different in our life. This is different for me. So I'm not in a position to pour into anybody else. I can't even pour into any of those other parents who were at orientation. We were just looking at each other. Some of us just looking at each other, not saying a word, just tears in our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So yes, our energy has to be fulfilled some way. When I came back home, I felt okay, but I'm still getting to where I need to be. It's hard being strong for everyone else when you have your own personal things. Thank you. That is so true. And it just irks me when somebody has a death in their family and they say, nobody came through for me. Nobody called. The people that I thought were going to come visit didn't come visit. The people that I thought were going to text or call didn't text or call. But you don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. Some people think that grief is the worst hurt that you can experience. But you have to think, before you had that loss, that death in your family, how many people were you checking on? Of course, there's people that you call and laugh with. There's people that you tag on social media so they can see something. But like I said, this woman that I'm building a friendship with, she calls me. I'm not used to that. I'm used to people texting me and DMing me and sending me stuff. But for somebody to actually call and say, I want you to hear my voice to know that I'm really checking on you, that's different. So it gets to a point where people feel like because they're going through something, everyone else is supposed to go through that thing with them. But we have to learn to grieve by ourselves. We have to learn how to build things up by ourselves. We have to learn how to plan our futures by ourselves. We have to learn how to do things because other people are going through something too. Can you imagine your loved one passing away and your friend doesn't reach out to you for 2 weeks and you call them and you're going off on them for not answering your phone calls or not coming through. And they're like, well, baby, my loved one died too. But you didn't even check on me because you were too concerned about yourself. So now what? So now where do we go from here? A lot of people don't think about that. I do. And I'm going to tell you something else. Death is weird to me. I don't know what you want me to say. I send my condolences. I'm sorry for your loss. Keep your head up. Everything gonna be all right. I have never lost anyone that was so close to me that I couldn't breathe. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't bathe. I have never lost anyone that made me feel like that. But if that's how you feel, what you want me to say? If you need me, let me know. I know you need somebody. That's how I feel with that. Okay? That's how I feel with that. So this collective reading is pretty much saying be mindful of the manipulation. Use your discernment to ask yourself, is this a losing battle? Is this not my fight? Is this not a situation or relationship that I'm supposed to fight for? And reconciliation. Do I want to fix it or do I just want to fix me? Entitled, something makes me go through bad stuff. Entitled, something makes me go through bad stuff. Yeah. Entitled, exactly. Me. And these relationships, these people that we deal with, even our bosses, I'm going to go a little further. Reconciliation, whenever it says, reconciliation is an invitation to meet again, not as who you were, but as who you have become. That is also saying some of these relationships that we are in are to mirror who we are, what we have contributed to the betterment of the relationship, or what we have contributed to the deterrent. Okay, let me not use that word because I don't think I'm using it right. What have we contributed to this relationship falling apart? What have we found out about ourselves? Have we found out that we are giving too much in a dead-end relationship? Have we realized that we're not doing enough? Have we realized that we are losing ourselves in this person? Have we realized that we have lost a lot of things trying to build this person up? Do y'all remember Angie Stone and D'Angelo? And she was saying that pretty much he was down and out and she found him. They were together. She built him up. He became a musician. Then he went on by his way. So are we here to build this person up for someone else or for something else? And are we okay with that? Some of these relationships where we are being manipulated is to build up our strength. Why that explain my relationship with my mom? Always taking, never improving. And if it makes you feel better, Yurt, I haven't spoken to my mom in 10 years. And she's still alive. And she was invited to my son's high school graduation on June 11th of this year. And I saw her and I still did not speak to her. That's why I was saying earlier, people have titles that make us feel like, oh, well, we have to talk to them. Oh, we have to have a relationship with them. They're just, this is in my opinion. This is my opinion. People are just people. They're just people. And I'm going to tell y'all something else that you can take with you. You can write it down. There's two types of people. Two. Those that got you and those that got you fucked up. Sort them out. People are just people. And that's what I have for that collective reading this morning. Two types of people, Yurt. You a poet. Thank you. Alicia says, yes, I love it. Absolutely. Two types of people. Sort them out. Oh, thank you for the gift, Alicia. I hope y'all are following me. I hope y'all are following me. It's funny. I was just praying for a sign. That's what you need. I'm telling you. Sometimes those collective readings give you what you need. When you can't think of a question to ask, when you can't narrow it down to just one thing, those cards will come through with what you need.